In this video, I'm going to show you how to stitch the Ranunculus kit from our Botanicals range. So first up, what's in your kit? You've got this instruction booklet, and this booklet shows you guides on loads of different stitches. This is guides on stitches we use throughout all our kits. And so you only are going to need to use a few of these stitches for your Ranunculus kit. Now, how do you know which one to use? They're all written in this stitch plan. So each page of the stitch plan tells you what stitch you need to do where. So for example, you've got your satin stitch and we've coloured in the areas that you need to fill in with satin stitch. And then we've marked the number of bobbin that relates to. So you can see here that I need number 1, number 3, and number 4. And they're your bobbins that you're going to need for stitching your different areas of the design in the satin stitch. Then we've got our stem stitch, and that's our base stem stitch, which we're going to be doing in number 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to have our whipped stem stitch, and then we have our back stitch. And these are the different ones we're going to need to use. Now, what you're going to want to do when you do this stitch is also use the pictures on the back of the instruction booklet. So you see here as a guide for how to stitch the different areas. So when I say we're filling all the leaves in a satin stitch, you can take a look at this picture and see exactly how I've done that. There's also loads more pictures always on the website, which you can go and refer to. And for every single stitch I'm going to use in this video, there is also a separate video guide showing you how to use that particular stitch and how to create it. In this video, I'm just showing you how they all combine together. I'm not showing you how to do each individual one, but do refer to the other video for that. Now on your fabric, you'll also find 2 needles, a large eye and a small eye. This is purely giving you a choice, giving you a preference. I prefer to work with a large eye needle because I find them much easier to thread. But people who are very experienced with embroidery or do a lot of it often quite like working with smaller needles, and so that's why we give a small one. But here, for these videos, I'm going to be using the large. Now I've already stitched a small area of this one as a bit of a demo before, so I'm just going to put my hoop over the top and I'm going to show you a different area. So I'm just attaching my hoop here into a hoop stand, and I'm purely doing that because it makes it easier for filming. It holds the hoop flat, but you absolutely do not need one of these. Now I'm going to start by doing the whipped stem stitch on this flower here. I can see from my stitch plan that I need to do my stem stitch. My base stem stitch is going to be in colour number 4, which is this colour here. So I'm going to start that. And now for all these stitches, you're going to want to use 3 strands of thread. Throughout our Botanicals range, we use 3 strands of thread and then tie a knot in the end. If you want to see how to split your thread, please do look at the separate video which shows you how to split the thread and tie a knot. And it is called Splitting Thread and Tying Knots. So it's quite a straightforward video to find, which you'll find on our YouTube. So I'm going to start by doing my stem stitch, working round in this flower, and it doesn't matter whether you start in the centre or you start at the end. For my preference, I'm just going to start at the end. So I bring my needle up and then I'm going to work my stem stitch round. And there's a separate video showing you how to do a stem stitch. The key thing to bear in mind is that you just always want to make sure your thread is going on the same side. So if I'm doing my half stitch above, my loop should always be coming down to the bottom. It doesn't matter whether you have it going to the bottom or the top, but what matters is you maintain consistency with that the whole way round the shape. And that gets a bit harder when you start rotating round because you forget which side your loop should be on. So actually, in this example, you are easier to take your hoop out of frame because then you can actually rotate the hoop as you go. So you see, I'm rotating my hoop as I go. One thing to bear in mind with all our Botanicals kits is we screen print the fabric by hand. So all these white lines are screen printed onto the fabric, which means the lines are permanent. So you can't wash these out afterwards. This is great because it means the lines won't disappear as you work, but obviously it also does mean you do need to cover over the lines whilst you stitch. So you see, I'm just following round and I'm rotating my hoop as I go so that my needle is effectively staying in the same position. And when I get here, I'm just following my line above. So you see the lines start feeling quite close together, but when you whip it, don't worry about that because it will pull them in tighter. So they won't look quite so close together once we go into the next stage of whipping the thread. So I've just got to the end of my thread here. Tell I'm at the end of my thread because I've probably taken it a little bit too far and I have got so short a section I can't really thread my needle again, so don't do that. Instead, take your thread out this sort of far, and then I'm going to secure it on the back and show you the next stage. I'm just securing my thread. Cut off the next. So, for the next part of the stem stitch, I've done the flower. I'm doing the outer bit of the flower. Then I need to whip the stem stitch, and I can see here that it's wanting me to whip it in colour number 2, which is my paler pink. So I'm just going to, again, take a section of thread in the pale pink, and I'm again going to work with 3 strands of thread. I split my thread and thread my needle. Now, again, actually, as last time, I'm not going to put my hoop in the stand for this one, just because I do find it much easier if I rotate my hoop as I go, which is hard to do if you're in a stand. So just bear with me if it's slightly wobbly. It's just much better way to be able to stitch. So when I whip, I bring my needle up at the end, the shape, and I'm going to bring it up here on the side opposite to where my stem stitch begins. So you can see here, this is my opposite side. So the stem stitch was always going from the top to the bottom. I'm now going to come up at the bottom. And a whipped stem stitch is a surface stitch. So it means that all I do is I only work on the surface. I'm going to wrap my thread around my base stem stitch. Now there is a separate video showing you how to do a whipped stem stitch. So please, please do go watch that if you're at all unsure on how to do a whipped stem stitch. But you can see now what I mean about how as you whip it, it pulls the stitches in tighter, as I'm showing you here. So it makes the whole thing far more of a dense little line. So that's why you don't need to worry if it's all a bit too close together before, because once I whip it, it's nice and tight. So as you get here, you just need to be careful when you get to this stage, because you can see how the lines are very close together. So you just don't want to pick up any threads from that bottom line as you pull in your top one. So you would be continuing the whole way. If I was doing these flowers, not for the demonstration, I would really do all the dark base colour first and then come over and whip. but that's just showing you how you do it and how you're going to stitch these. So that's your whip stem stitch that you're going to be using on all the different flowers. So let me secure that on the back, and I'll just show you a little bit of stitching a leaf. And for that one, I can then do that in the hoop stand, so I'll be moving around a little bit less. So I'm grabbing 3 strands of the green. I'm just going to show you a little bit of how to stitch in one of the leaves. So I've got a short section here because it's very straightforward. These leaves are going to be done in your satin stitch, as we did before. So you can see I've got one I've started up here. I'll just show you how I carry on with it. I'll just zoom in a little bit so you can see. And all I'm going to do is I'm filling in my satin stitch, and I'm working on the shortest distance possible. I always recommend that for a satin stitch, as much as it's sort of counterintuitive because it means it's going to take longer. It just gives you a lot more stitches to achieve the shape. So you can see I'm stitching across the shape here. And then when I get to this section, what I'm going to do is just do a little rotate, follow it down. And it really doesn't matter how you choose to fill this in. But what you do just want to do is make sure you kind of fill it in a way that feels quite natural to the shape of the flower. So here I find it easiest to cross the flower heads themselves, or sorry, the leaves. The leaves find it easiest to bring my needle up, take it down to the other side on these sections. So I'm actually working perpendicular to the stitches down the middle, but I think it's much easier to achieve these little fronds if I work in this way. And just remember about the fact these are all screen printed. The pen marks won't be able to be removed after, so just make sure you're covering everything over as you go. So you see, that's as simple as it is when we're filling in the leaves. I'm going to stop there because I'm going to run out of thread, but I'm stopping right at the point where I've just finished a nice little section of the leaf. And that's really all that you're going to do. It's just satin stitch. There's a separate video showing you how to do the satin stitch, so do watch that if you're not familiar with satin stitch, but it's a really beautiful, simple stitch. And so that is all the sections that you're going to be doing on your ranunculus. You've got your flower heads done in a whipped stem stitch, then you've got your leaves in a satin stitch. The only remaining bit is you also do have your words here, which are going to be stitched in a back stitch. And so don't worry about those words. They're very simple to do. Just watch the separate video on the back stitch, and all you're going to do is stitch over the lines in the dark pink. I really hope you enjoy this kit. It's one of my favourites. There's nothing more fun than working in a whipped stem stitch. And do take a look at the rest of the Botanicals range.